All right, so I wanted to do an update on the truck. So it runs good. After I put the engine in, a 2017 and a 2019 truck. So it does real good, no problem. I got everything programmed like it should. Drives good, drinks a lot of fuel. No big deal. So I got a 100-gallon tank I'm gonna put in it with a new pump in it. So got that, got the 450, got it loaded for this coming Monday. Today is Wednesday. I got some new decals coming for it, pretty sick. And I mean, this truck freaking smacks. So today I'm gonna work on this one. Got it somewhat cleaned up. Let's see, here's the new one. So nice, got it off pure diesel. And here's the old one. So luckily the rear main kit comes with, I'm trying to figure out what I did with it. I did have a kit right over here. You buy from, let me see, I can't remember where I got this. Advanced or O'Reilly's, not really for sure, but this gasket kit. Then it comes with the rear piece. Yeah, right there it is. So hopefully I can get that without tearing it up. So today is just to get back to doing stuff, because we got a bunch of jobs lined up. There's two of them. Not sure which one is what. I'm guessing 6'7", 6'7", and 5'9". Guess we'll find out which one it is. It's probably this one though. Well, it's that one. So it's the one hole, yeah. So I'm guessing that's for a 6'7". Not really sure if I was supposed to put a gasket maker on it or just throw it up there and be done with it. So probably just throw it up there and get it from there. So I'd like to get that thing running today. I probably could, but what's going to suck is I'd have the clutch. Yeah, right there. Got the clutch in here. What's going to suck is trying to tighten them up, because I got the transmission like just a few inches apart. So we're gonna try it out. All right, so my redneck garage here, got the flywheel cleaned up. I accidentally left it in the back of my 450 and it got rained on, which ain't really big of a problem, but I just kind of surface cleaned it. Got the golly bum, the bearing in there. Got there, but I'm missing a washer on one of these. So I did get, I got the, let's see, I got that piece in. I did also find out that when they've already been in here to put a rear main in, they had it flush with the crank, so that's the reason why it was leaking. Or it could be something else. It could be a bearing or a rod or something's could be a problem, but I don't think they done it right. So I was gonna put once I got the flywheel up, I was gonna put the clutch back in. Dang it, that mess. But got the rear main crankshaft cover back in. If I can get this thing to cooperate. Then put the rear housing back on, and but what's the problem is they've got 4 or 5 different bolts for everything, for different sizes, different head sizes and all that. So we're going to try to put everything back in and put the crankshaft or not. Put the flywheel up, and then put the starter in, make sure everything lines up nice and neat, and then put the transmission up. May have to get Chris to help me, so if I do, then I'll have to wait till tomorrow, but I did get a lot further. I know you're supposed to torque everything, but when you've done stuff a long time, you can just ug-a-dug when you know when you need to stop. So everything looks good, and then I put the throw-out bearing. Not sure if you can see that or not, but I'm just throwing it back here. But I know I did. Put a new one in there. Made sure everything was good, nothing was wore. So now we're gonna put the flywheel up there, which is pretty heavy. It's probably about the weight of those semi ones. They're pretty heavy. I pulled a lot of muscles trying to put those suckers in, especially the CNG trucks. Freaking heavy. I got everything lined up, and I forgot how heavy these things are. A lot of spiders under here. I'm trying to get this done. I've got so much grit. I don't think this is gonna work. Dang it. I was hoping to pull the transmission together with this, which is not gonna work. Wish I had those daggone big ones. Dang it, Chris. Every time I come to your house, I always freaking forget something I need. So I got everything ready, and then bolted in. I used my 3/8 to torque spec, not that one. So I got the snap-on, used 18, so I just ug-a-dugged it pretty good bit, and then tightened them up with this, with the clutch bolts. There's, I think, 6 or 8, can't remember. And then pushed it close together, which I think I'm off just a little bit, so if I can just get splined in, because I know on the semis that you can't turn the back, so it won't, because it just free spins. It won't turn the actual input shaft. I'm not sure on these. I could be wrong, but we'll have to figure out how to get in here so that way I could pick up on the front and then spline it in. So I may have to back it out and then turn it just a hair so that way it'll spline. But so far I got everything ready. All I gotta do is bolt it back up. So once I'm off just a little bit, so then I can bolt everything up. So it may be tonight or later tonight or tomorrow before I get it completely done. Well, it was right. I got the transmission bolted up. It's a little late. Best thing to do so that way it helps you is put the, because I've unbolted everything because I ain't never worked on a 2nd gen Dodge transmission. I have a 1st gen that I might be trying to tinker with, who knows. But I put this underneath so that way it kind of helps me bring it up, because that didn't have a jack or nothing. So I got rough with it, and it finally, because of the dials, that's one thing that helps you too, but you have to have it splined too. So I kind of rotate it as I was pushing. So I got it in there. I'm also missing 2 Bellhausen bolts, which I put them on put the side ones on, except for the top right, and then the one underneath it. Then I'm fixing to line everything up, then bolt everything in, tighten it up. Got the hydraulic piece there. I forgot the name of it. But other than that, the drive line, the carrier bearing, and all that, which I got to clean because it's a lot of dirt here and it's fell off in there, so I'm gonna clean that in the morning. But I'm gonna get everything lined up so that way I won't forget this. Get lined up and bolted, then I'm gonna call it a day. But in the morning, finish it up, and then order 2 bolts, and then probably drain. I'm not sure if there's a drain on these. Should be. But drain the, that's not it. There it is. And then drain the transmission, because it's got ATF in there. So I'm not sure if it's for that or the power steering. But definitely needs a good wash underneath. So probably take it to the car wash and wash it up. But other than that, I just wanted to show that I got this back in. Very rough. And one thing I should have done was wear long sleeves, even though it was 90-something degrees. Well worth not having to freaking deal with the, which I did put long sleeves on after the fact. But the the dust or the particles in the brake or the clutch stuff. Yeah, I should have known that. I've done it for years. So when you get it on you, it feels like tiny needles stabbing you. So now I got to deal with that for a couple days. No big deal, but I got everything done. But I want to get this done so that way I can get out of my parking spot for the trailer. So get this going, and we'll start working and tinkering on this one. Well, got this thing finished up. The top of the transmission and pretty much all the bolts. There's missing bolts. There's all kinds of different bolts. Stuff is half-assed, drilled and tapped. The actual where the we go on this side because I don't know if it's going to make the noise. But the top of the housing, the bolts that bolt the actual tower piece or the shifter piece in was drilled, then you could tell they cross-threaded or broke something in the bolts. So they used the original bolts, drilled it, then threaded the bolts, and then used long thin ones. I don't know if I have any. So I was in my bolt bin that I've accommodated over the few years of mechanic, which I had a lot more. I just weeded them out. They was all jack wagoned, and the freaking shifter tower is not even, like, there's 3 bolts and the 4th one is missing. It's probably in the transmission or something, so we'll probably find that out later. Completely wore out. Then I got to looking at this. This was low, so I went to put in some coolant, and then they had some of this freaking milk in there. And then I got looking at the belt. It's a I don't have my thing on me. I was going to show the light, but it's a Ford belt. See, it says Ford right there. Ford belt. And then got to looking at the you can see right there at the tip of my finger, it's shiny right there. The AC compressor. So it's a wrong belt, and then all that, they didn't have the belt seated right, so it's wore down the clutch groove in the back. And I got to looking at this. There's can't really see, dang it. The edge right here is wore down because of everything else, and you can see that the belt was rubbing on the actual alternator. And then got to looking at the fuses. Like, everything's just so dirty and nasty, and I'm surprised stuff actually worked without catching on fire. I mean, look at the airbox. I mean, you can wash these. I mean, it's not that hard. Just do it lightly. Spray degreaser on it, let it soak, and then. But this is the definition of why I hated people that worked on their own stuff. Because, one, they didn't know what the frick they was doing. Half the bolts is different sizes on that thing. So ain't no telling if the transmission, I mean, I looked inside, it had some bad wear on it. Not really for sure how long it's gonna last, so we're gonna have to get something done, as this truck's got 391,000 miles on it. So that's the reason why I didn't, because once I start pulling with it, it's it's gonna go down from there. But not only that, I was like, oh, nice. This one's nice, but you can see how it's curling up at the tips right there, every one. And all that, it's egg. You can see right here, this one, it's the second to last. It's taller than the other ones, you can't really tell. I can tell from here. Let's see, yeah, right there. See, this one's dipped down, this one's out, and this one's dipped in. So either they had too much, it just feels like it's got too much air in it. The back ones are nice, but I think it needs a 4-wheel alignment. This one, on the other hand, looked good until I got to the inside, and it's just about bald, so when it's egged and it's feathered. So there's a reason why. I can't remember. I forgot the schooling stuff they taught me about when I was in when I was a lube tech. But now I moved up to bigger things. But I'm gonna try it, so hopefully nothing grenades. After I take this off, I'm gonna put the rest of that in there. So I topped it off. It was I think that was about a half a container. I put most of that in there, so I mean there's not much, literally not much to, I was just gonna throw it in there just for, you never know, could help. But anyway, I'll get this thing and then I'll start it up, but I'm gonna check all the fluids first. Well, I got the turd from over there to over here. What I was gonna do is I pulled up so that way I could back it over here and next to the shop, or just move it out of the way. I was gonna mow that back there and then just kind of move stuff over, because the grass is, I think the only reason why it's green because we had that little slide right there. So, well, I pulled forward. Next thing I know, I feel the freaking shifter end up right here. It was right here. So the only thing holding this thing is 3 freaking bolts, because these are supposed to be like a 3/8 bolts, and then this is what they got. These little teeny pieces right here holding it. And I can't get that top one. And then that one looks like it's been drilled and then somebody recapped it. So I bet you it's what happened. Cause see, they put some kind of insert. See, it's another one, but they got washers on this one. I have no idea why. What's the difference or who done it? See, there's an insert inside that. See, there's that tiny bolt. There's that one. So, people, come on. You can see, look right here. So it's a threaded insert into something else. So I think it's a bolt inside of a bolt. So I mean, it's not that hard. Just don't touch nothing. So now I got to figure out what the frick I can do. Yeah, look at that crap. It's hard to see. I can't. Freaking cross-threaded and a bunch of shavings in there. So it was stuck in neutral. If I can just get this sucker moved. I'm not really for sure if I can get this sucker moved or not. Let's see, I need to turn that. There you go. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna have it, because I gotta get this thing moved, and then the inserts decided to come out and all of that. It's crooked. See, it's a bolt threaded into a bolt. So absolute idiot. I hope you're watching this one day, and I just hope you just get an earful. So yeah, when I lift it up, I guess the finger went past, and because there ain't really nothing holding it. I couldn't find a bolt for that one, that right corner. If it did, it'd probably hold. So I'm gonna try to stick that sucker back in there so that way I can see how I can. Not really for sure. See what this will do. The keys over here. There we go. There's reverse. Power steering's not working. Brakes ain't too great either. Sound good. But anyway, probably, I've got a Matco kit, but I'm not sure exactly. Because you could tell, look how small this one is versus this one. So this is what it probably should have been versus the jack wagons that done it. So you can see they drilled, and there's a bunch of shavings down there, and they put inserts. Well, daggone. So I'm not really for sure what to exactly do right now. Could drill it and then put different things in it, but I'm not sure about the this piece right here. I imagine it could take some bigger bolts, but probably have to drill it. So I guess I'm gonna have to look on the interweb to figure out what the best route to do, because if I have to pull that sucker back out, I'm gonna absolutely lose it. All right, well, I am fixing another problem. I'm trying to fix this, so I'm thinking about trying to fix it. It's not too bad, but I could probably try to fix this myself, so that way I can put this on my other truck, or the trailer, so that way we can have 2 trucks and trailers. I'd like to get me a service deck bed for this. I'd like to keep this hooked up. It's nice having that F250, so that way I can go and do what I need to, and then also have this hooked up. And I don't have all the stuff that I need. You know, it's just a bunch of random stuff, blue Loctite, some scrapers. So if I have to do anything, I can do it all by myself. You know, stuff like this. I'd like to have everything, you know, stuff like this, wrenches and sockets and hammers inside. So I'm not sure if the green one's actually going to hold up a lot better beneath it. So I'm going to try to take this off and then get the green one. And I got this cleaned up so that way, because I was thinking about taking this, sliding it up in the center, putting this a different route. I'm not really for sure yet. May try to, I like to mount it up high so that way I can just grab it and then pull wherever I need to, but I don't have that kind of money, or like a welder. And I do have a cutting torch, but I don't have a welder, so it'd be kind of hard for me to mount something so that way I can mount that too. But there's gonna be a lot of holes, so I'm just like to get it where I like to have it set up, so that way, because you know, I throw a lot of stuff here, it makes a mess, you know. I like to keep my stuff clean as best as possible. And clean it up. Stuff like this, you know, we can keep a bunch of stuff in here. The longer you do this, mulching and stuff like that, and doing all kinds of other stuff, you know, you kind of know what you need to have. Mostly hammers, pry bars, and chainsaws, and some random tools. Mostly crescent wrenches and pliers. May vary from, depending on what kind of machine and what kind of mulching head you got. So, but we're gonna try to get this going. May take this off, just trying to see the best route, because I don't want to put that John Deere one. I mean, that's an $800 box. This was like maybe 400 something, 450, 480, or it may have been 387. Not really sure. I can't remember exactly the price. It's been a while, but I don't want to put it right here because I'm thinking it's going to take out this hole, and I don't want to be in the same boat. But I thought about moving this closer, but then it's got this. I wish I had an angled piece, but I don't. And then all that, since I leave this hooked in it, I took it off, and it shoots out air, so like it's something stuck in there. So I'm gonna have to figure all this out, so that way I have all my grinders, parts, because I keep breaking stuff. Ends up being, I love this box. It's the Power Built box. I do love it, but that way I can keep a lot of my tools in here other than inside my truck. So maybe one day we'll get a service deck bed, but I just don't have 12K to just let loose. So we're just gonna do what we can do. So we'll go from here, and then even if I have to strap them down until we get done with the job in Georgia, that's coming up pretty soon. But now I'm just trying to get everything cleaned up and serviced, and then I will have to probably tomorrow I'll be grinding those teeth. All right, I really wanted to move this, but that's just, it's boiling hot, so I just kind of threw this down, kind of threw my stuff in here. So that freaking cylinder, man, or hydraulic, or no, the shock on it, thing's freaking stout. I just don't like how, cause the other one I can just slam it and it locks. But I still like that one though. But I'm gonna mount the air like right here. But what sucks is it's right here, so I may have to do it at an angle, or I may just try to figure out a different route. But I do like this, that way I can reach it, but I'd like to have this pushed back and then that air thing right here. So I may end up doing that, but just as of right now, I'll just kind of throw it right there until I get the best setup. So got my grinder, some cleaning supplies, which this is just the value stuff or Dollar General stuff for window cleaner. Does good on the skid steers. Which it's been rained on several times, so I need to get it cleaned up before it gets too hot. And then got some of this stuff. It's not cheap. Well, if I'd hold it right. Got some of this streak-free crystal clear foaming glass cleaner, which is the best. That stuff don't foam up, but it's just as good. And then got my grind pads. Got my cleaner Microsoft so it don't scratch the windshield. And then got my fuel, and I get everything fueled up, and then I keep tow straps and straps, try to keep them in the truck. I try not to keep nothing in the bed of the truck. Got some random stuff and just doing a bunch of organizing. And here I've got oil for the skid steer. I got cat oil, got mixing oil, grease tubes, which I'm using some different stuff. It's Schaefer's $2.99 Ultra Red Supreme, which was not cheap at all for this case. Got some extra mulching teeth, funnel, hammers, washer fluid, and electrical cleaner. And then some bar oil. Then on to the where I broke the other one. I'm going to fix it, which I've got pieces of metal in there I can weld and then reinforce it, so that way I can put on another trailer, so that way I'm not wasting that right there, because I was going to throw it away, but it's still usable. It's a little bent, but it's all right. So I was going to move this back several feet and then slide this up and then have that compressor or that rail right here, but I'm not really for sure if I want it that way because of my bucket, because I need a way of taking that stuff off to put my bucket on there. So I got more room now. You can tell where the last time it was, so it was right here. That's why so I've moved it up. And so what I did was anything that dealt with anything with a mulcher, like the tooth or the tooth socket, you know, got all them. Which the only thing I gotta buy for this thing is a better socket, or yeah, socket set and wrenches. I have like where you go into a thrift store or something like that, and then you buy the offset, you know, it's missing a 10 or it's missing a 2 or 3 of them. I buy them because it's, you know, $2 or $3, which, you know, I've got an offset of everything. Sockets, I've got some random assortments from our bush hog. I had to go buy a socket, which it was a last minute thing. So anything that deals with cutting anything off that, anything with the compressors for fuel, electrical, cleaning something, taking something off, got drill bits, got cotter keys, clamps for the battery thing, because I don't have it fancy hooked up. Got propane, got breaker bars, brake clean, some rags, which I've been missing this one, which I found it in my toolbox where I was working on stuff. So got that back in here. Got gloves, got for, like, you know, if I had to work on something on the side of the road, then, you know, I can do that. Drill bits, I got mechanic wire, cut off wheel, and I've got stuff in the truck, grinder, and then stuff like this. You know, I just wished I had a bigger toolbox, that way I can organize a lot better, but it's going to be dirty like this one was. So just anything I have to do with cutting anything or anything with a truck and trailer or what we do. So but that's about it on the setup, which it's going to change as we go. Need that so while we wash our hands to eat. Not really sure. I'm just throwing everything in here until I get it set up to where it's going to be the best. And this one has everything, you know. I got Scott's bright pad, cut off wheels, electrical tape, small torches, clamps, anything and everything. It's just a random assortment of everything. And then stuff to air tires up, stuff to take tires off with. All right, so what I had to do was turn it that way and just kind of, and I put the other brake cleaners and stuff like that in the neck, the propane torch and stuff like that. So this is the new reconfiguration because of the pile up here. So that's it. So now we just got to buy some sockets and some better wrenches. Probably get another set that goes all the way super tiny all the way to pretty big. So try not to spend too much just because I've already got a ton in my toolbox. I just need stuff for working on the job site. So, and then I'm gonna put drills like this, and then of course I've got my snap-on small one right here, so I have stuff to work with 3/8 and stuff like that. If it's anything bigger, I've got my Matco or my Milwaukee 1/2 inch, and I've got the chargers, and I keep everything pre-charged, so no worries there. But then now I got to mount the air compressor, so, or the air compressor hose, so it's not a big deal. And then probably going to sharpen the teeth today too. Well, come over here to help Chris. He rolled the track yesterday, so I was fixing the toolbox on the truck, and so we're cleaning up a little bit of his property. And he rolled the track on it yesterday. We got two of the sprockets, two of the front main idler rollers, and two of the tiny rollers that's completely wore out. So, and then the thumb we haven't put back on yet. So what the problem is that the jack wagons that had it before us didn't put the right pins or didn't grease it, so it wallered it out.